Bot traffic just officially surpassed human traffic on the internet. It happened years earlier than expected, and major tech CEOs are warning that the future of the web is pay to crawl.
Welcome to 5-Minute AI News for Friday, June 5th, 2026. We are also tracking a massive $47 billion revenue milestone, some alarming warnings about AI and synthetic DNA, and the next evolution of ChatGPT.
Let's start with that staggering internet traffic report. The CEO of Cloudflare confirmed that AI agents and bots have now overtaken human traffic online. He is predicting a fundamental shift, where content providers will start charging AI models just to access their data.
It really changes the economics of the web. Speaking of major shifts, top tech leaders from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google DeepMind are urgently pressing Congress to mandate screening for synthetic DNA orders.
Right, because AI systems are now reportedly outperforming PhD-level virologists on certain lab procedures. The fear is that AI could assist amateur virologists, creating a massive biological weapon risk. It is a sobering reminder of the physical stakes involved.
And the digital stakes are just as high. The Estonian Language Institute just released a new benchmark testing large language models for their resistance to state-sponsored propaganda. As these models become our primary search engines, making sure they do not blindly parrot malicious geopolitical narratives is becoming a massive national security issue.
Exactly. But bringing it back to everyday corporate reality, a new Bain study shows a huge disconnect in AI adoption. They surveyed over 900 companies and found that nearly 40% are missing their AI cost-saving targets.
The funny part is that the study says humans are basically getting in the way. Companies are building business cases around fully autonomous AI agents, but only 7% are actually running them without human bottlenecks holding up the workflow.
Those agent bottlenecks might not last long. Sam Altman just announced that the next major phase after standard chatbots will be proactive AI. These are systems that run autonomously in the background to get things done without constant prompting.
He also promised more value for less spend, which businesses will love. And clearly, some AI companies are already printing money. Anthropic is preparing for its IPO, and Daniela Amoti just shrugged off market doubts by revealing their annualized revenue hit an astonishing $47 billion in May.
That is a massive jump from the $9 billion they reported at the end of last year. And the enterprise market is getting crowded. Meta just globally launched their own AI agent tool specifically tailored for small businesses, pushing hard beyond their usual consumer apps.
Meta is making moves everywhere. They also just rolled out a new AI assistant on Facebook to help creators instantly analyze their engagement data. But looking at consumer reach, Apple just approved a startup called Poke as the very first AI agent on their Messages for Business platform.
It is a huge step for Apple, especially with WWDC 2026 coming up. We're expecting major updates to Siri and the broader Apple Intelligence ecosystem there.
And Google is not sitting still either. They just released Gemma 4 12B under an open source license specifically for edge devices. They're trying to push AI processing locally onto devices rather than relying on the cloud.
Speaking of local versus cloud processing, the infrastructure powering all of this is seriously straining. TSMC, the world's largest chip maker, admitted they simply cannot meet American AI chip demand, and the bottleneck will likely last for years.
And it's not just silicon, it's power and water. Data centers are facing massive public pushback over their water consumption for cooling. Even SpaceX recently noted that water scarcity could constrain their data center expansion.
That is exactly why we're seeing such aggressive energy investments. Helion, a fusion startup backed by Sam Altman, just raised another $465 million to build a fusion power plant for Microsoft by 2028.
We definitely need the power, especially as models get more complex. Have you seen the latest ChatGPT update? Their dreaming memory system now builds coherent narrative dossiers about users across conversations.
Yeah, it replaces those old fragmented bullet points. OpenAI says it increased their information retention success rate to over 75%. Plus, xAI just updated Grok to generate 720p cinematic videos straight from text and images. The compute demands are only going up.
It really is a completely new era for the internet, especially with bot traffic now officially running the show. We'll keep track of all of it for you.
If you enjoyed today's breakdown, please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show.
Thanks so much for listening, and have a fantastic day.